Scarlet Imprint's almost 7 now. Assume it's been a bit of a journey. So how did it all start with Red Goddess and the like?
It started with writing Red Goddess and looking at the options for publishing it in a magical way and discovering that there were no publishers who were producing books in the way that we wanted to do them as explicitly magical objects. So Scarlet Imprint was formed initially simply to get the Red Goddess out there in the way that it needed to be done. And then that was followed up by our understanding of goetia and the realisation that there was a need to produce practitioner material for people and to produce the kind of books that we knew needed to be on the shelves, and particularly practitioner work, which at that stage was simply not being published.
I think there was also a sense of documenting what people were actually doing together, so that the anthologies are very much sort of a snapshot of practice at a particular time.
Yeah, because I mean, from reading them, they've got some very diverse practitioners in them. So yeah, is that something that you were very keen on doing?
Yeah, the intention very much was to show work is being done out there by a wide range of practitioners. So we certainly don't endorse all of the people that we published or all of the views that were expressed, but we thought it was important to show that wide range of things so that people could then develop their own practice from it, compare and contrast. So it's very much a snapshot of stages at which magic's been developed.
Cool. So last night we had the launch of the Testament of Cyprian the Mage, which obviously, final part of Jake Stratton-Kent's Encyclopedia Goetica. How did you first kind of get involved with the first book of that, with the True Grimoire?
Well, Jake was recommended this through a friend, and we received an email saying that he was working on a text in goetia, which alarmed us, as we just spent several years working on a goetic text, and we discovered there was the Grimoire there, and we met Jake at the symposium. And we hit it off immediately with Jake, and we were able to produce that work, and we had a very productive working partnership with Jake on those books.
Very interesting journey, educational to say the least.
I think Jake has really redefined what people understand goetic magic to be. And essentially the shape of Western magic will not be the same post-Jake, because he's been able to demonstrate that we have a continuous and functional magical tradition which has been encapsulated in these magical books which have been...
It's also explicitly a spirit working tradition.
So rather than there being a need to invent or create spirits or create a tradition, Jake's work makes it very clear that we have a spirit working tradition, that we have named spirits, that we have intelligences that have been worked with by Western magicians for hundreds of years, and stretching back to antiquity in terms of some of the methodology involved, and indeed some of the spirits who we know.
Cool. So you mentioned your own goetic text, Abominations, I believe. Is that something that's still in the pipeline?
We spent probably the 7 years that we've been working on Scarlet, we've been working intensively with goetia, producing a lot of material and working with a lot of spirits. And at the moment we're still in a very personal discussion about how much to reveal and what is appropriate as a working magician in terms of your source book as to put in front of people. So we're engaged in a magical discussion about what we think is correct to present it, how to present the work, because there has to be a degree of discretion with magic, something that's very often lost in an open access internet world, but we have a very precise idea about secrecy. So we are talking with the spirits and looking at the material and in discussion about what it is and how much we should produce.
It's going to be necessary to put something out that discusses some of our approaches to this without giving everything away.
But certainly there are some very clear problems with the way in which people have approached the green world that we work with, and that need to be set straight. So there will certainly be set
straight. We work with a particular grimoire now. It's sort of a tradition, the Gothic tradition.
Cool. Right. So Conference of Magic 2014. How are you finding it?
It's excellent.
Yeah.
We're really pleased to see a lot of people coming out, and a lot of different people, and a lot of energy in the scene. So Seth's done a very good job in terms of bringing people out of the woodwork, and that's
very organised.
Very organised. And there certainly seems to be a fresh energy, which is much needed.
I've been really impressed at the